It's hard to really cheer a budget that was turned in 3 months overdue, which really has left schools in an unwinnable position.
An unwinnable position because many schools were left scrambling when Lansing lawmakers failed to meet the July 1 deadline. Lawmakers eventually passed a budget which the governor signed earlier this week. It totals more than $21 billion for K-12 schools. There's also money to keep free school lunches available for kids. Educators will also be eligible for a bonus, but according to those in the education field, the budget falls short in some cases.
When you total it up since 2010, our schools have been robbed of more than $11 billion, billion with a B, just by simple transfers that lawmakers have made to say, well, schools can live without it and we want to pay for something else with it.
That something else for this year is roads. Some of the money for schools was sent to the road plan. It's something the executive director of the K-12 Alliance, Robert McCann, says is a problem.
It's real hard to look at this and not worry about what that means for the future of school funding in Michigan.
Michigan, over the last several years, has invested more money to schools. However, at the same time, costs have been rising.
Your school district may be getting some extra money this year from the state, but the state, by doing that, has increased their payroll costs at the district levels.
This year's budget eliminates the $100 million state reimbursement to districts for pension costs. McCann acknowledges the budget does address other issues the state has faced when it comes to education,
particularly in at-risk programming and English language learning, which we know is important for many of our students.
School safety and mental health grants remained and will be offered with $321,000, the same amount as the previous year. School lunches will be funded and remain free for students. There were talks of not having that in the budget. Eric Edoff is the senior executive at the Michigan Education Association. He says the talk of ending free meals was a sticking point for families.
I think that was a very important piece. Parents were quite concerned about that, and some of the loudest noise that was being made by our parents on the lack of a budget was over that issue.
The MEA expressed concerns over shifting more than $2 billion in higher education funding into the school aid budgets,
which has happened every year for many years now, and that is largely because of Proposal A, which funds K-12 schools. It's largely a broken statute.
Both the MEA and the K-12 Alliance expressed concern over Proposal A. It's a 1994 constitutional amendment that created a state education tax. The state sales tax went from 4% to 6%, with the extra 2% going to the school aid fund. However, over the years, people in the education realm, they say that lawmakers have found loopholes to use the money in other places.